go. Let's go.
All right, and welcome back, everybody, to another Fool's Bounty here with Damian playing Carib and Jay playing Amon. I got it right first time. Look at that. So we are gonna kind of jump right back into these, but as a quick recap, both Carib and Amon were able to find their way back into the mines with the help of some information from a weird old guy that was back in town. Using one of the utility vents, they kind of got the jump on both Grindwalt and the orc partner that he had. Grindwalt was annihilated with a flurry of whip-bladed madness that just tore him to shreds. And the orc was just beat down heavily until there was nothing left. However, upon exiting the mine, both of the two adventurers started seeing distortions around them a little bit. Almost like the world itself was kind of breaking down, glitching in a way, and to where they both fell unconscious. And that's where we ended last session. So we're going to pick up from there.
I remember going unconscious. I'm a trooper.
Okay. So, Jay, since you're a trooper, I need you to pick either evens or odds for me, please.
Evens.
Evens? Evens it is. So, Amon, you'll be going first. Carib, if you would not mind jumping out of the Discord audio video real quick, and I will send you a message when you can jump back
in. Interesting. Okay.
All right. So, Amon, let's get everything set up here, right? So, yes, you did fall unconscious. You forgot that?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Okay.
I don't remember that.
That's fine. So,
I feel like I'm being cheated.
as the world distorts around you, you fall into a blackness. And you wake up and you're walking up a spiraling staircase. Every few feet there's a door, different than the one before, and each with a writing in a foreign language. You can't recall how you know, but you know these doors either can't or won't open. Looking over the edge of the stairs, it seemingly goes infinitely up and infinitely down with no signs of others. What feels like hours or even days go by, and you start to hear muffled whispers, some far, some near. With each step, you take more and more voices fill the stairway, and it isn't long before the entire stairway booms of thunderous voices all around. Their noise fills your mind, breaking through all attempts to shut them out. The noise becomes too unbearable and you fall to your knees and it becomes hard to breathe. No, not too hard to breathe. Your breathing is fine. Instead, it's as if countless beings are taking turns to steal your breath one after another. Your lungs are screaming for air. The pressure behind your eyes grows and you feel blood trickling down your face before it grows silent. A single shadow stands above you and says,
"The sun hasn't set on the kingdom yet."
It grabs hold of you and tosses you over the edge into the infinite blackness below. And from here, I'm going to let you sit on that. Alright, so Carib, as you recall, everything was distorting and kind of around you before you kind of went black there. Your vision fades from black back into the view of the town of Blackbird, and you're walking through the town center near the tavern. Your footsteps feel heavier than usual. Your body is different. You reach your father's necklace around your neck as it grows hot, only to find that it isn't there, but instead replaced by multiple chains wrapped around you. Each chain is burning to a different degree, and you begin to hear whispers and screams of thousands of voices. But one is loudest and more clear than the rest.
"The sun does not rest here. Scorch the worship fiends and move on."
Unable to speak, unable to move, you're simply along for the ride now. And you feel the blood within this body ignite with an intensity you can only imagine is comparable to hellfire itself. And as it boils from within, blackened red smoke tendrils emanate from the body, twisting and contorting into various shapes and at times you swore you could have seen faces writhing from within, before finally the writhing settles and the tendrils from a black javelin with flicks of flame spouting in random places. Taken back by the pain and the scene before you, you hadn't realized the body has moved in front of the church. The church you remember was burned down. Tall and a magnificent stone structure, dwarvish carvings, bronze apertures, and your hand moves, it motions, and it clenches a fist in front of you. And in that moment, the javelin jettisons through the air with a harsh roar, and upon impact, half of the wall crumbles away. You can feel an intensity from inside you as nothing really seems to really happen after that javelin goes through. But then you see this eerie, dark red glow before an explosion, consumed by black tendrils and red flames licking through. And with the light of the flame, the body begins to turn away, and you catch a glimpse of the dark tattooed face that is now yours in a puddle, before the noise fills your mind once more, and it falls back into blackness. And I'm going to let you sit on that for a second while I tell Jay to come back in.
I was hanging out.
He was hanging out?
Yep.
Alrighty. So with that, the both of you have experienced your own dream, vision, whatever you want to call it. And you guys wake up in the exact same place you remember being last, which was outside the mine opening. You guys are flying. Yeah.
Since we're waking up, does that mean we took a long rest?
No, this was not a rest.
I mean, we were unconscious.
You were unconscious because you failed to do a successful save at the end of last session.
I kind of think that you're making that up, but
no, you guys rolled. You can rewatch last video. You guys rolled before you went unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
But it does not constitute as a long rest, unfortunately.
What about a short rest?
Nope. That was not
rest?
restful at all.
A medium rest?
Nope.
How about a fiesta?
It counts as nothing for you.
I tried.
What the hell was that?
What are you talking about? I never touched that girl in my.
What? What? Where were you? Oh man, I just did we get poisoned or something?
I don't know, but I had the weirdest dream. I was back with the snake lady, and she did not like me.
She would be back with the snake lady.
She did not like me.
Well, I don't blame her. Does any woman actually like you? I mean, I've gotten to like you somewhat, but does any woman actually like you?
Well, seeing how in this relationship you're the woman, yeah, some women like me.
I still will cut you. Do not get it twisted, okay? Just because we're getting along right now.
You haven't said that you're not the woman.
Oh, that found it pointless to you. What? That doesn't matter. I just had a crazy vision or something, or something just happened, and you're debating on who's the woman in this relationship?
Is that out of the ordinary?
For God's sakes. For the gods, I swear. I have to reconsider our partnership when we get back.
Hey, you love me. Let's go back in town and see if we can get some goddamn good news.
Well, wait a second. I mean, can you elaborate on the snake woman and what happened to you?
You know how black widows normally kill their mate? She had a good time, but she was hungry afterwards.
Well, to be honest, I pretty much figured that's how that would end, So,
but
I mean,
she did say she had a good time.
Now, that definitely means it was a dream. Not going to lie.
It was a wet dream.
I think we should head towards a church. My vision was a little bit more disturbing. I mean, I didn't have any. I mean, honestly, I would have preferred the snake woman dream if it was me.
Why?
There's,
What happened in your psychedelic dream?
I, you know, a few things. I mean, honestly, at first I thought I was experiencing something, but then honestly, I think. Remember they said something about a guy with tattoos burning down the church?
Yeah,
I feel like I was
and
watching things through his eyes. Like all of a sudden I was either him or chained up to become him, or it was insane. And then I heard a voice. It said something about the sun does not set here, burn the non-believers or something like to that extent. It was just weird. And next thing I know, I'm looking at myself and I'm not me. I'm that guy, and it's just tendrils and fire and to be honest, it kind of scared the living shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
so all of that, you were chained up. Did they do
There were
something?
chains on me. There were chains on me, and I was heading towards the church and the spear and breaking down the church. And no, nothing like that.
Well, that's
Get your
good.
mind out of, get your mind off of sex for like at least 5 minutes,
All right.
starting now.
Has it been 5
5
minutes yet?
minutes. No,
What about now?
it has not. No,
What
still
about
not.
now?
No.
Okay.
All
about
right.
now?
So while you guys are kind of doing this
No.
banter here, I do want to remind you: did anyone grab any proof that you have killed Grimwald?
Yeah, we grabbed the head.
Yeah.
You did grab that. Okay, I just want to confirm. I don't remember if you guys grabbed it. Okay. So, Carib, I know you said you wanted to make your way to the church, and Amon wanted to make his way back into town. Where do you guys want to head first?
I guess
Look.
to church.
I mean, again, don't worry about it. The church burnt, so your horned ass should be able to get in just fine. I don't
I
think it's consecrated
got
any
through
further.
the city just fine with my horns.
Yeah, the horns, but this is a
Are
church.
are you worried about the other horn that likes to poke out?
That hasn't been 5 minutes.
Hey, I didn't say it was penetrating. I just mentioned it.
Oh boy.
So about 15 minutes goes by as you guys make your way over to the church itself, and this entire conversation is happening during that time where Amon, you know it's been 5 minutes, but Carib is definitely telling you that the 5 minutes is not up yet
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
entire way to the church.
Absolutely.
He's trying to hold on to that. You guys do make it to the church, no issues, and it's just kind of Carib, from the vision you had, you can see exactly where what had happened. The layout of it is exactly the same from what you had just experienced. Um, Nothing else has really changed from there. But you are there, and you can again feel your necklace heating up.
Hey, this pendant I wear around my neck, it was a gift from my mother. Also the sword, but it was also part from my father, and I don't know much about him. Like, actually, I don't know anything about him, but it's heating up right now, and there was a lot of heat in that vision. So I feel like we
Do,
should investigate this further.
do you think he was the one that did it, or is he close? Is that like your spidey sense telling you that he's close?
I'm gonna be honest. If he was standing right in front of me, I wouldn't know what he looked like.
Hopefully that thing around your neck doesn't catch fire.
I mean, I can handle a little heat. That's not the big deal.
Listen. You're an all right looking kind of fella. If you catch fire, it's gonna be sad on everybody.
You called me the fella. Take that. That makes you the woman.
No. You misunderstood.
I move
Everybody's
away. I'm gonna start doing an
every
investigation check on the church. I'm just gonna leave him there.
oh, you want to do that? You want to do that?
Go
So
ahead.
the rest of the way, I'm yelling out, He's my bride. He's my bride.
So
He's my
There's no
bride.
one around, so I don't give a shit.
could
You
have
sure?
go ahead and roll an investigation. Amon, you are screaming this while walking through an empty church, basically. But yeah, you're screaming this as he's trying to search. Did you want to help him, or did you want to constantly just you my brat, you my bitch? Is that what you just want to walk around as he
So
searches?
I rolled 2 14s back to back because I had advantage, so I rolled 2 14s.
Oh,
Okay,
you
that's
rolling
total.
through the D&D?
Yeah, 14 and 14.
Okay.
Yeah, D&D Beyond.
Oh, that's how
I'm
we roll
starting to
now?
use that on here, so that way it's easier for like.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
can
know if
just
you're
like
checking
click
it.
his. He can just. Now I'm going by what you guys tell me.
All right.
So yeah, as you're
Yeah, I'm gonna help him though.
okay, you can do one too then. Just roll an investigation. So Carib, as he's behind you saying all this, you're trying your best to push out his noise. You're going through where you
I got a
remember.
9.
You're going through where you remember kind of what played out in that vision you had,
Mm-hmm.
and you're you remember the point of impact, and you kind of push around some of the burnt wood and some of the stone that's there. Even the stone itself is melted in a few places that you've noticed, meaning it was some very extremely hot temperatures that went ahead and burned through this. And there is a remnant of a fading black tendril just kind of just ever so faintly flickering off one of the pieces of wood still. Just it's a small like little ember.
Come on, come check this out.
All right, wife.
Yeah, you noticed that Amon was sitting there playing with some of the stained glass as he was trying to help, but he just got distracted by some of the glass.
Look at this. You know, the only thing that I know that melts stone is dragon fire. This,
Dragonfire.
yeah, but this is not the work of a dragon. They said they clearly saw a man, and see that
Could
little
could
tendril right there?
would Amon know about dragonborns? Are they
So
common or
in this one, do you guys know of this is kind of going into more so you guys haven't really experienced yet. So there are stories of dragonborns, however, they are not a common occurrence, and one has not been seen for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Same thing with dragons or anything
all right?
reminiscent to a dragon kin, so kobolds and things of that nature as well.
Right, but it's not outside of the realm. I said it. The only thing I know that can melt rock is dragon fire, but it's not dragon fire because they saw a person. So I wasn't implying that it was a dragon. Just to be clear.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking if Amon wouldn't know of any dragonborns.
You would have heard
Because
of some like minor stories through the orphanage as far as like
okay,
dragon people and things like that, but it's nothing that you neither one of you been able to actually see one, let
cool.
alone just random like bits and stuff.
And
There's not even written words down about them.
I'd like to. Well, I'll let you continue what you were saying, Amon.
Do you think it could be somebody kind of like a dragon person, dragon people?
To be honest, from where I'm from, I've never even heard such a thing. But if it's possible, yeah.
Stranger things have happened. We're friends.
Mm. Mm. Okay. If I can, I'd like to take a. Is there any piece of wood or like? There's other wood around, right? I want
Yeah,
to take a
there's
piece of
plenty
wood
of
and
wood
just kind
around.
of want to run it through the. I want to run a piece of wood through the tendril
Okay,
to see if it reacts to it. Like
easy
so.
enough.
So I just take a piece of wood that I see, like, you know, what I mean, it looks like it could still burn. It has something left to it. It's not completely ash, and I kind of want to run it through the tendril real quick to see if it catches, if the tendril transfers over like fire.
So as you're passing the wood through this tendril, you realize that the tendril reacts more like smoke, but instead of breaking its form, it simply almost moves out of the way of the wood, but it's still holding its shape and moving. It itself is not creating any heat. You can't feel any heat from it.
I'm gonna grab it.
You're gonna touch it.
Yeah, why not?
Roll a d20
I was
for
going
me,
to do an
please.
Arcana check on it, but
Damn it. I don't know. It was a 6.
It was a 6. Okay.
It was a
So
6.
Can I roll to snatch his hand before he touches it?
I mean, you would have been you were really looking at this piece of wood overall and playing with it. So in your midst of playing with it, he just kind of whoop put in there
yeah.
in one of those things. So Amon, you touch it, and again, it doesn't feel hot. It's weird because it moves around like smoke around your fingers, but it almost feels like a liquid that you're passing through. And in that moment, it disappears from your view, Amon. However, from Carib's view, as you're watching him pass his fingers in and out of this tendril, you watch as it almost takes form, runs up his arm, and into his eye. His right eye goes black before fading back into normal.
I want to slap him in the face. I'm going to slap him on in the face.
Roll to
Fool.
attack.
I want to
Huh?
bob and weave that.
Roll to evade. Just do opposing D20 rolls. Straight D20s.
Let's just say I got smacked.
What'd you get?
10.
Oh, 1.
Oh yeah, no, you
I
got
got
smacked.
10. Yeah. Smacked him.
All right.
Fool! The hell's wrong with you?
What the hell's wrong with me? What the hell's wrong with you? You just hit me.
You didn't see that thing just go up your arm and into your eye? Let me look at you. Come here. And I want to try to grab his face and try to look into his eyes, see if I see anything. Let me see. Just come here for a second.
Amon, are you
That thing
resisting
went into your
him
eye.
looking into his eye or no?
I'm just moving my face like a kid just trying to get away from their mom. Just like, yeah.
Stop squirming, you lug. That thing went right inside of you.
I didn't feel
I-
anything go inside of me. I would have noticed.
Yeah, sure you would have. Not as open as you've been. Hold on a second. I want to use my Arcana to see if I can sense any magical presence that is foreign now inside of him. Because I would have done an Arcana check on it before he touched it, but whatever.
Yeah, go ahead and run an Arcana
Say
check.
la vie, you live once.
Look at him busting out some French.
That's a 21.
Uh-huh.
I have advantage, so right now it's 21. I could roll again for the advantage.
You can see if you get a
21.
nat. You might get a nat 20. Never hurts. If you got advantage, use it. Can't get worse.
Yeah, no, that one was a 9.
Okay.
It did get worse.
But it was not worse in the sense where it's going to take place of its good stuff. So, could we go ahead and just kind of start analyzing it and kind of using the studies you were semi-forced to go through back at the previous sound when you were learning about your order itself, and you're feeling through just Amon's general energy, his presence, and you feel faint residue just from Amon himself, and you do find a separate presence there as well. It's very small, about the amount that you would assume the tendril would be, but it doesn't feel foreign. It feels both kin to Amon as well as both kin to yourself.
So I have my hands up, and I'm just kind of going over Amon, just kind of silhouetting and going over his silhouette for a second there. I'm trying to feel his energy. I'm like, just stay still for a second. And I'm trying to, again, feel for that foreign dark energy since I'm familiar with it now. I'm at least trained with it, and I feel that separation that you're talking about. Okay. Listen. It doesn't feel... There is something inside you. That thing just went inside you. Now, it doesn't feel 100% bad, but it definitely feels separate. So I'm going to just say this, and I'm going to say this once. If an alien foreign object thingy starts busting through your chest, I am going to stand back and laugh at you dearly. That
If
being said,
something pops out of my chest, my dying words will be, I live life.
yeah, well, look, the next time we run into something like that, don't touch it. I need to study it at least.
No guarantees. I'm kind of known for
Just to let you
things
know,
like this.
you've got tendril. You're tendril pregnant right now. Okay, that just makes you even more the female of this partnership. Okay,
I'm
just
pregnant?
saying. You've got something else living inside you right now. I don't know what it is.
Who's
You're
the mama?
pregnant. You're pregnant. You just got yourself
Who's the
knocked up
mama?
by some dark magic crap. I don't know what it is, and you wanted to go ahead and touch it. Just saying.
So, who's the mother?
No, I don't know. Not me. Anyways,
So you will admit that you'll be the mother of my child.
not my baby. Let's go. I want to just do so. Aside from the tendril and the mess, is there was supposed to be? I remember someone saying that there's a keeper of the church. I want to. Can I look around? Can we go inside the church to see if this keeper is still around? Is there someone still there, or did we see anybody when we approached?
So you've met the keeper. She's the one that healed you when you had the arrow in you. So you know that she is back at the tavern.
Okay, did not know that was a keeper, but good to know. I want to roll. I know because I'm here, so let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Why the church? I'm wondering why this church. Out of all the places in here, why this church? I know it's built by dwarves. I know it's built by dwarves. Is there any standing relics or anything like that I could see that I can look at? Is there anything that's like standing out, like something that was, I wanted to see if there's anything that's been destroyed more focused on. Like it wasn't like no one comes and destroys an entire church. They normally target something.
So from this and from your vision, the level of kind of power that you felt radiate leveled this church down. So
Right.
really, there's just kind of a few of the base walls left, and just like the main rubble, and then bits that kind of protruded out or during the explosion. But the church itself is level.
Hey, Amon,
Mm.
let's head back to the tavern. Talk to the church keeper, the one that healed my chest. Maybe she knows about this dark energy that's inside you. And maybe she can, perform some sort of exorcism or abortion or whatever it is that you need.
I'm pro-choice. This baby coming.
Well, she could be your midwife. Let's go.
You're gonna be a proud mama.
Start walking towards the tavern, I suppose. Unless you have any other better ideas, I'm going to the tavern.
So after about 10 minutes of a semi-awkward walk and kind of brooding over and processing kind of what's happened so far, you guys do make it back to the tavern there. And it's just as empty and semi-barren as usual, except for the tavern keeper up at the bar, similarly just kind of not really caring or doing much.
I don't remember the girl's name. Give me a second.
Wench. Oh, wench.
You talking about
Not a
the girl
wench.
that you gave money to before?
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. I tried.
No one comes out when you start
He's
proclaiming
just
wench.
yelling wench. I'm gonna walk up to the bartender. Is the healer in? We don't need her services, but I do need to speak with her.
Do you mean the nun? The
nun. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I can go get her. Give me a second here. And he kind of walks upstairs. 5 or so minutes come back. Are you guys just waiting at the bar? Or do you just kind of sit at one of the tables, or what are you doing in the meantime?
I'm gonna hang out at the bar and just wait right there.
I'm gonna sit next to him.
Yeah, about 3 to 5 minutes go by. It's not too long, and he brings her down.
So, what are we gonna name our baby?
What? So I got the nun. Y'all are having a baby?
Yeah, he's gonna be a proud mama.
No. This guy went ahead and got possessed or something, and now we need to figure out if our nun friend here can probably help us out.
Listen. What are we gonna name Junior?
Listen, before you guys continue, if you do feel that you need to evacuate anything, I know my tavern is shitty and there's not much going on, but I do still love it. So please evacuate yourself outside, preferably in one of the abandoned buildings. That'd be great.
There will be no evacuation here, I promise.
We're gonna keep it,
Sort of.
whether he likes it or not. We're keeping it.
And he just kind of like he grumbles and moves off. But the Nunchi does come up and she goes, "Ah, dearie, there you are. So you're feeling much better. How can I help you?"
I am feeling fantastic, thank you, especially after I got a chance to stretch my muscles a little bit. This fool, we went back to the church. We really, really feel bad for what transpired there. Can you tell us anything more about the person who attacked that place? You stay quiet for a second. And that's to Amon.
She kind of looks inquisitively at the both of you, more so at Amon, just curious why he should stop talking. But she goes through. She goes, um, well, fortunately, I wasn't in the church when he struck, but he was a larger fellow. He was draped in what looked like some type of fur, but I do remember rattlings of chains from him, and he was a very large man. I caught him very fast as he just moved past me. Thankfully, he didn't have any other motives or ulterior ideas to do any other harm, but that's really all the details that I got, unfortunately. It was, even with the fire, it was too dark on my end to really see more.
Did you go back to the church after he left?
I ran to the church while it still burned. I attempted to
Did
put
you
out what
see-
I could.
Did you see black tendrils of smoke or flame?
Yes, there was black, well, there was smoke, and there were odd, I don't know how to describe it, odd black things like you described. Yes, there was also, the fire wasn't normal looking fire. It was like a darker crimson fire, and the heat was unbearable. Even as I threw water on it, it didn't seem to diminish.
That sounds more of a magical fire. Some sort of spell more than anything else. And the chains. Hey, Amon, the chains were also in my dream. Remember I told you I felt chains on me? Anyways.
That was a very kinky dream. But
So my friend here,
first, let me Spike. I'll let you have the
oh
range real quick.
yeah,
Let me
go
ask
for it.
the
Tell her
sister.
tell her your situation if you would.
Oh, she's gonna be a mommy.
I'm sorry?
Yes, she gonna be a mommy. I'm pregnant.
I might be old, but I was under the assumption that you were a male, and she gestures to you, Crib, clearly with a goatee,
I'm not the
dreads.
one with something growing inside of me. He is.
He
So he's the mommy.
he's an ugly female.
Okay, question. He has something growing inside of him.
That's what he said. I didn't see nothing come in me, or around me, or above me.
Has anyone else come in contact with any of the tendrils? That fire or anything of that nature?
No, after we couldn't put it out, we just let it burn its way through until it was no more.
Has anybody from the main army shown abilities like that
Of
where they can start a fire that
Anyone from
look?
the capital?
Well, there are many. I mean, even just capital guards that can do very minor cantrips and things like produce flame. That's nothing uncommon, but of a degree of a fire of that
Oh,
caliber is not something they could handle without being extremely powerful.
hmm.
And even then, a flame that would not be put out with water, I don't even know if that's a thing.
Well, let's go find our grandpa.
But I do press. There's something growing in him. Can you just elaborate on that?
I saw what appeared to be, or we saw what appeared to be, one of the remaining tendrils of smoke from your fire that destroyed your church. This fool decided to touch it barehanded, and unbeknownst to him, it possessed him, or at least it entered him through his eye, and I was unable to stop it in time.
No glove, no love.
Yeah, well, now I sense a foreign presence inside of him. I can't tell if it's spiritual or if it's something that could be healed, but well, considering that you've never encountered something like this, I was hoping that you might have some insight as to what that might be.
Question.
Yeah.
I just noticed I have resistance to hellish flames.
For just your race wise,
Yeah,
your resistance to fire, you have a hellish resistance, which means you take like half of fire damage.
I'm just saying because the little swiggly thing was a part of flames.
I mean, as far as you understand, yes. However, you took no damage when you touched it.
I
So,
don't trust something going.
that just means if someone throws a fireball at you, you're gonna have whatever damage. That's all that means. You have a hellish resistance for being part demon.
You're not on hellish birth control.
Yes.
You never
So,
bought me any.
so either way, she begins to kind of rifle through her own stuff. She goes, "Darling, if you would mind moving back for a moment," and she's gesturing to you, Carib, to take a few steps back. And she pulls out just some small, like kind of ornate silver chain talisman, and she also pulled out just like this bag that you can smell. Kind of smells very herby and almost smells like dirt, like a heavy moss scent. And she puts her two hands together and she's muttering something under breath. And in that moment, Amon, you feel just kind of almost like a wind pass through you, and then a warmer wind come back from the opposite direction at the same time. And
What is going on?
excuse me for not explaining. What I did was cast detection of good and evil, just to see if there was any malicious presence. Aside from your own presence, which seems to be teetering
Pretty
on
evil.
either side, there's nothing else really there. So if you did come in contact with something, either it has left, it has dissipated, or it has assimilated. And at this point, I am not sure as to which one.
So what you're saying is nothing's gonna pop out is already one with me.
I cannot confirm nor deny that. I can only say that I did not detect any other entity at this point in time. Whether something may cause it to spur up again, or if it simply just finally faded out from existence upon your touch, I cannot say. But there's nothing there now.
You see, we're good. You never know. Maybe he'll give me some special powers later on.
We'd only be that lucky. Thank
Maybe
you.
I could poof you out of existence. Who knows?
Oh, please do poof me out. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate your time.
Of course.
No other witnesses of the person when he left. Did he go through the front gate when he left? Did he go there? There's any side gates?
Honestly, we have one gate. That's because the capital built the wall around us. So there's really only one way in or out. I was unfortunately too preoccupied attempting to put out the flame that I could only assume he left from the main gate. If there were any other witnesses, it would have possibly been one of the guards on duty, but I wouldn't really know for sure.
All right. Hey, Amon.
Yeah.
Let's before this thing, and I kind of tap the bag which has the head in it, and still.
It's kind of drippy at this point. One of the corners
still,
is really seeping. It's kind of like dropping a little bit.
Yeah. Before this thing starts to stink up the place, I don't indicate what it is. Just he knows what it is. Let's
You're
go
talking
and
about the head in the bag?
And you see the nun's face just kind of Like she's inquisitive,
And-
but at the same time she doesn't want to know.
And I look at her like, this guy. Let's go and talk to the guards at the gate. Come on, let's go.
I guess. Just want to take a break.
Do you guys go ahead?
What time is it right now?
Let's see. You guys knocked out in the evening, so it's.
We fought in the morning, explored the cave, got knocked out.
I'd say all that happened within. I'd say about like 4 hours or so. So it's probably around like 1:45, almost 2-ish. I'd say.
A lot of stuff happened in those 4 hours,
Yep.
which takes you 6 hours just to do one thing.
Okay, so, you that tired? Well, I mean, you did just get knocked up, so probably you are a little tired.
I'm a little. I can keep going, but I don't know how much more I can do.
I get you. All right. We found gold and stuff like that. I don't know if I ended up adding it to the thing. Innkeep, bartender. Do you have ice or an ice spell or anything of that nature to keep your beers cold?
I mean, you've had our beers. They're pretty damn warm, so no, we do not. I can make it hotter if you want it, but I don't really have anything.
That's why I
cool.
really like this place, because the beer gave a little extra kick to it because of the heat.
It's probably
All right.
probably a little skunked as well, since we can't preserve it as well. But we can make it
You know
hotter.
what? God damn it! You just can't take the goddamn compliment, huh?
No.
I spit on the bar and I walk out.
And so Amon had just spat on the bar before walking out, and that's where Damian got stuck. As
Proceed.
I'm waiting for you guys to take it from here. You spat and walked out, and Carib kind of like
I was waiting for the exchange that finished. I was like, okay, punk ass. What's gonna happen next? So I just shake my head and I just look at him again. I'm like, you don't want a bed tonight?
I've already made my decision. I'm walking out. Abandoned building, here I come.
Fuck it. Thank you for your time. Abandoned building is probably best. So I'm gonna walk out and I'm gonna follow him.
okay.
And I'm gonna point at the stream and be like, choose. Look, there's like 50 of them. Pick one.
Any preference at all, Amon?
I don't eat any of them.
Do you guys find your way to one of the smaller ones just because it's not as boarded up as the rest? It's easier to kind of enter, and you can kind of nestle in and make your own little spots there. So you guys looking to take a long rest, I'm assuming, just kind of pass the rest of this day plus the night into tomorrow to start fresh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's after you guys. You guys make your little spots. You guys have supplies and bags. You guys are able to make a decent, little comfy area to lay on the ground. You both knock out without any issues there. Goes through the evening. No real big issues. You guys wake up as the sun starts kind of peeking through some of the open areas of the home itself and kind of starts catching you guys in the eyes. And it is the next day. With that long rest, you both can also go ahead and mark yourselves up one level.
Ooh.
Bam, 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 bam.
Hey.
All right, so it is a brand new day. How do you guys want to tackle this day? What do you want to do?
I want to go back to our main town.
To Lamet, the city of Lamet, where the bounty hunter guilds are?
Yeah, because I want to ask some questions to the older bounty hunters just to see if anybody's heard of anything like that or come in contact with anybody that's able to do those abilities
Okay.
and known for doing that. Kind of want to investigate a little bit.
Not a problem.
Oh.
All right.
I definitely see what Carib wants.
No, I agree with that, but I just want to talk to the guard on the way out.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys go and pack up your little camp. You have your breakfast and kind of get ready for your journey back home. Exiting the town itself, you're passing through the gate, and a different guard than before, than the first one you met, as well as the second one you met when you enter the city. This is now a third one, and he kind of stops you. What do you think you're doing? You know the rules. Leaving the city is not allowed. I'm gonna have to ask you to go back in.
What are you? Hold on. What are you talking about? Leaving the city is not allowed.
Leaving the city.
Nobody told us when we came in that we couldn't leave.
We're not actually citizens from the city. We were passing through. We were,
Under what business and entered from where?
We entered from right here, and we're bounty hunters. We were on a hunt.
Do you have credentials or anything for this hunt, this bounty?
I pull out the card that has the Grindwalt bounty card on it.
You mean the full like paper, the wanted poster? Do you
Yep.
think? Have you been thinking you had a business card the whole time? Like
No. I thought it was like a slip. I didn't think it was that big.
it's like a full poster. He's like Carib, official bounty hunter. How can I help you? So
Right.
okay, so he takes it.
I hear ye.
So he looks at it and goes, okay, from Lemon. All right, my apologies. Feel free to leave about your business.
Yeah, but just a quick question. We heard about the burning of the church, and obviously, since this is the only way in and out, was wondering if you were working the night or know anyone who was working the night that the guy description of having fur and chains and a lot of tattoos. Did he come by here? Have you seen him?
So we did, yeah. I wasn't on duty. However, I was called to wake up after my shift to try and subdue this individual. I do know exactly what I'm talking about. Scary motherfucker. At first sight, that man looked like he meant business. It was something strange about him, and we honestly, we just let him pass.
Which way did he go?
And he kind of points in kind of the direction that you know where Layman is. He took the main road out of here. From there, I couldn't tell you what direction he went, but we watched him walk as far as we could through the tree lines, and then he gone.
How many days has it been since the incident?
It's been about a good, I want to say 4 days, almost 4 days now.
And yesterday, the church was still on fire.
Like I said, there was something not right with that man. That thing. I can't even
All
say.
Right, I want to see if I can get like a sense of what direction he went or pick up his trail.
So roll me a survival check, please.
I will do. No problem.
I have advantage on my survival check. Can I add to his?
So do I.
Oh,
I got a +5.
Oh, never mind. I will sit back and watch you do your survival thing.
Did you have any more questions you want to ask him while Amon is doing this?
13 +5.
Yeah, while Amon's doing that, are any of the guards on duty today that actually saw him?
18.
I mean, I know you saw him physically. Did you get close enough to look at any of the tattoos, any markings, anything that would stand out that you might recognize?
One thing for sure, he was larger than a normal man. His tattoos did remind me of some of the tribal markings that Goliaths would often mark themselves with in various ways. But that's really my best guess. He was large. He very well could have been a Goliath, but other than that, he mostly had the furs and chains wrapped around him, so you couldn't get much detail. But there was, as he walked by, actually there was just something just wasn't right about him, which is why we didn't dare go near him. There was almost this like smoke coming off of him. It was unsettling. So honest to God, we just let him pass. I'm not even gonna front. we don't get paid enough to try and stop big boys like that. We let him go.
No, probably a wise decision. Where'd you find him on?
So, Amon, with your survival, you do, with it being about 4 days or so, and weather conditions itself in general, you do pick up on a few different footprints. Some being your own, some kind of just general foot traffic from guards, kind of changing posts and kind of doing their own patrols. You do find a larger set that does have a heavier imprint in some areas, but it does seem to, as it gets further and further to the tree line, start to dissipate. But it is from where the footprints ended, it was still headed in the direction of Lament.
Cool. I'm gonna turn back to the guard, and I'm gonna give the guard a hug.
A hug?
Yeah, like thank you for all your help, and I'm gonna hug him.
He roll a d20 for me, please.
11.
11. Okay. So you come in and you get really close, almost wrapping before he kind of just, whoa, no, don't want
And
none
when
of
he
that.
does this, kind of want to take his sword, but using sleight of hand.
Roll at a disadvantage for me. Because
Alright.
right now he is.
The first one was a 7 and a 7. Both of them were 7s. And I got a +7 to my sleight of hand.
So even with him at the ready and trying to actively just kind of keep you at bay, you do manage to slip your arm through and basically unsheath his sword, which sends him into a frizzy.
And I go, ha ha, and I drop it at his feet, and I leave.
Okay.
Just be a dick.
Don't mind him. He just likes shiny things, this guy.
Now,
We
I
appreciate your time.
just like to prove you guys are underpaid and undertrained. And I walk away.
Yeah, what he said.
Okay. So the guard does pick his sword back up, and he whistles very loudly.
I
Oh,
was just about to toss him a coin.
that's fine. He can whistle. I already booked it.
I was about to toss him a coin and be like I always do, just before his troubles.
Okay, so Amon books it after just throwing the sword and insulting the man. Carib, you're there attempting to about to try and fish out a coin as he picks up his sword and goes, "You don't fucking move." And he holds the sword point at you. And he's still whistling to try and round up some of the other guards to see if they can possibly cut off Amon. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm going to. Do I still have my hand on the coin?
Yeah, if you were attempting to fish out, you would be in that process of, and then he would have pointed it, and you would have just kind of like frozen a little bit.
And I'm gonna be like, I want to put the coin on the tip of his sword, and back away, because the guards are still coming, but they're not. They have to come down and stuff like that, right?
Well, no. So some of them are on the walls, but other ones have their encampment outside the wall. So some of them were coming from wherever they were resting to try and cut off Amon, but they had already passed that line. He's at the door, yes. But the other guards, where they rest, they don't rest and sleep on the wall. The wall is like constructed to really just hold the city in. They have their own like little barrack areas off to the side.
Oh, I'm so okay, because we didn't see any encampment when we walked in. That's why it was just like one guard, and then people on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So is this still the case, or is there encampment on the inside or on the outside?
It's on the outside, but from where you guys are walking through, you wouldn't have seen it from there. It's meant to be hidden, so that way it gives off the appearance of there's only these people on the wall.
Oh, okay.
There's not like a lot. But I'm saying that 3 of them attempted to cut off Amon, didn't happen. You put the gold on the sword, and he just... It's too early. He grabs the gold. Just fuck off. Don't come back, please. Just like you said, we're underappreciated. Just fuck off.
Not a problem. And I walk by and I look at the other 3 and I kind of just give them a little nod. I'm like, And
he does little... And they disperse back into where you can see now they have the barracks kind of pushed into some tree line and kind of like dug in the ground a little bit. It's really well camouflaged overall.
Yeah, I'm still walking and I'm looking at him and I'm like, yeah, it's okay, it's cool, nothing to see here, it's all good. And I'm watching as Amon's little dust shell. I'm like, when I get to that motherfucker,
You see Amon and just
I'm just gonna wait till I get to that motherfucker. Okay.
I want to get to where the footsteps start dissipating.
oh yeah, so you already passed where the foot's up started dissipating. You didn't. It's not like you went down the full trail while he was still talking and then teleported back. Like it was all in that area.
Whatever. I want to see if I can pick up the trail.
Okay. Roll another survival then.
Oh, Daddy wants to find this track. 7 to 5.
A 7 and a 5.
Yeesh.
Okay, so a total of 12.
Yes.
You don't find any further footprints leading in the direction where you're headed.
So I want to finally catch up to Amon while he's looking around on the ground, looking at footprints, and I want to kick him in the butt. Just want to just like, not a hard kick, just one of those like shoves. Hopefully that his face will plant into the dirt a little bit.
Roll a d20. See if you can just.
I want to move away.
Imagine what. Well,
You can try to move away. You're looking at footprints.
yeah, you're actively.
You're looking for.
I hear him coming up. I can.
It depends.
It
So
was a
if
7.
you were focused or not.
You
It
rolled a
was a
7.
7. You rolled a 7.
I rolled a 7 too. So
I did not roll a 7.
Oh,
I did
go
not
ahead.
roll.
All right, Jay. Go and roll an
roll.
opposed butt check, I guess.
He hit me.
So you feel a little foot just plant firmly on your rear, and you get pushed forward, but not in a way where your face smacks. You are able to kind of catch yourself on the ground a little bit. But yeah,
you have to steal everything, make everything so much more difficult. Honestly,
I thought it was going to be funny, and I did it. It was funny.
you do realize that
You didn't run when you seen me turn around and run. That's your fault.
I'm not going to run every time you run. Okay, that's just stupid. Okay, the guy
And
gave us
that's how you're
information.
gonna die.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just don't do anything stupid next time. I mean, honestly, the guy just gave us information. There was no point in stealing his sword, for God's sakes.
He left it open.
Come on, we gotta walk.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass beside me.
So,
so,
by the way,
Mhm.
I say we make this move as fast as possible because when I hold up the bag, I'm like, this probably has about another day or so before it starts to stink.
So let's book it.
all right. So you guys are traveling at a fast pace back to town, back home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So overall, just take a look here. First day, you're moving at a fast pace, just stopping for some quick, breaks, water, very minor essentials before heading out. So you're able to clear the first day, not an issue. For the second day, wake up again, bare essentials running through. This one, you go ahead and clear that one out, and you actually gain a little bit of time ahead. Just kind of Amano still on his checks throughout the day, looking for those footprints, which he still wasn't able to find. But he was able to find just some extra shorter routes to save you guys some time back home. So about another day goes by, and you guys are now back home at the City of Lament at the main gates. Overall, just kind of heading into where the general common area is. What do you want to do in the city, or do you want to go straight home?
First I want to bump him and say, hey, I've got to go see that snake lady with the head. You want to join me?
Let's do it.
Yeah, this might be fun. Don't get eaten, okay?
So it takes a few minutes as you guys are walking through the streets. You're getting some wafts. It's early morning, so you're getting some wafts with like the fresh bakery smell coming through.
So is Amon really? I mean, Carib really paying attention to what Amon's doing?
I mean, that depends on Carib. Carib, do you actively keep an eye on Amon, or are you in this place right now, being back home, that you are letting down your guard a bit to just enjoy?
No. I actively know Amon's going to do something stupid, so I always walk at a decent pace with some separation between him and I.
Okay. Do you actively Are
You
you
just
constantly
broke
keeping an
yourself.
eye on him, or are you just keeping distance from him? Because there's a difference.
Uh, so my instincts, just how I would honestly treat Amon, is I would keep a gap between him and I, just because I know he might do something stupid that I may either have to save him from or run from or something.
Okay.
But I would check on him from time to time. In other words,
Okay.
like,
So
look, keep
you
him
may
looking but not looking, kind of an idea, but
kind of just
not
keeping him in check. You're keeping your
not like,
distance and just make sure
yeah.
you still keep that distance is still kept.
Yeah. So, if
Okay.
example,
That's
if
fine.
he were to pickpocket somebody while we're walking, I probably wouldn't see it if it was on the opposites. Like if I'm on his right side, if he's pickpocketing someone on the left side, I probably wouldn't see it, and I probably wouldn't care. But if he does something like try to steal someone else's sword while we're trying to get there, I would definitely try to be paying attention to any guards or swords.
Okay. So, Amon, what are you wanting to do?
So I'm gonna go up to Carib and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, remember that bar that I told you that we should to do a distraction? Look at them over there. They're still trying to fix up everything." As I'm doing this talking, I'm pickpocketing them. I'm taking his money.
You're pickpocketing Carib?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me first, roll me a deception
I
check.
don't trust you, right? Not when it comes to that kind of stuff.
There's a reason why I'm doing
All
it.
right,
It's
all
fine.
right. I know.
Roll me a deception, and Carib, you roll just an insight check against it.
All right. He's gonna beat it.
What's the number?
Hold on.
I got an 8.
8?
Yeah, he beat it by 2.
Okay. So you can Amon closes the distance, which already kind of puts you in alert a little bit. So he's like, "Hey, do you see what's happening over there?" And you want to look, but you know that nothing is really happening over there. What are you up to? And you kind of prep yourself, but you don't know what's coming. Amon, go ahead and roll for sleight of hand, but there won't be any advantage for it.
I still got my plus.
Yeah, you still get your plus. Just you don't roll twice for it.
17.
17?
That's with the plus. That's with
okay.
the plus.
And Karib's roll a standard d20 since you did beat him out in his lie. Just see if you're able to thwart. So you had 17 total?
Yeah.
A 1.
So even though you don't believe his lie, you fall for his sleight of hand where he actually puts his hand in front of your face, and just for the faintest of a moment, your belt feels lighter, but you don't realize it just yet. Amon, you now have how much gold did you have in your little?
Hold on. Don't worry about it. Don't tell me how much it is.
Okay.
Oh.
You do have his coin purse, though.
Dude, are you hungry?
Yeah, I mean, I could eat. I mean, don't get me wrong. You've been a great cook, but I wouldn't mind food.
All right, good, because you're paying for it. And I throw it back at him.
You bastard. I take it. And this time I think about putting it back on my belt, and I go,
put it inside your coat instead.
yeah, it's now it's resting inside the tunic on like against the belt on the inside. I'm like, so hey, listen, we should that was funny almost, but we should definitely make a deal. Let's not do that again.
No promises. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, no. You're getting better at it. I'll tell you that much. You're at least better. Why couldn't you pull that off with the sword earlier, huh?
I did, and I ran away after I threw it back at him.
So, Amon, now
Anyway.
that you know Carib is buying, what do you want for lunch? Or I guess
Just
breakfast. What do you want to eat in general?
We're not going to that tavern. Just FYI. Don't think about it. Not happening.
Just some random whatever it is. I don't really care.
All right. Well,
Whatever's the most expensive that he can barely afford.
there'd be some fresh sweetened lobster rolls that are from the bakery down the street. You know that those are pristine. You had them at the party that the guild or the
that
little
we
guild
threw
threw you.
ourselves.
Yeah, that you threw yourself. So you know how delicious these honey bunned lobster rolls are, and you have him buy like 6 of them, just enough to keep him with a little bit left in his purse. Not really, he can't buy anything else, but he bought 6 lobster rolls.
Nice.
What makes you think? That's okay. I bought it. Fine. 6 lobster rolls. I'm a little pissed, but I'm also very happy that it tasted really good.
Now, how much did that cost him?
I would say what he'd be left with is probably about 2 silver and maybe about 4 copper. Is what he's left with.
Damn.
There's some high end. You guys are landlocked, right? So getting fresh lobster in a landlocked city is expensive.
Okay. I'm gonna give him 40 gold.
I was gonna say, like, that was a lot of gold.
Well, how much gold did you have on you first? Hold on, let me price this out. So I thought you only had like a few gold on you.
No.
We found gold in the.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I have 85 alone.
Oh shit! Just mark off 2 gold. Just mark off 2 gold. You're fine.
All right, cool.
I'm not gonna like 20 gold per lobster roll.
I'm like, I could have bought a horse.
All right, so with your goodies and that you have now obtained and moved on, you guys make it to the bounty hall where the different brokers are kind of waiting there, and you do see the snake woman kind of waiting at her usual post, talking to a few other bounty members that are, collecting bounties, exchanging stories, things like that.
Please remind me of her name.
Oh, that's a good question. Uno momento, por favor.
Hi, beautiful. How are you doing today?
Oh, her name is Maureen.
Maureen, thank you.
I don't remember nobody's name. I just called them, "Hey, beautiful."
Yeah. Seeing as she's locked in conversation now, she kind of eyes you and gives you just like an odd hello. Since you've only met her once. But she goes back to the conversation she was having with these other members.
Is her husband there?
Yes. Jax is there currently, just kind of going through some paperwork at the front desk at the moment.
I want to walk up to Jax and hold up the bag and the bounty and say, "We're here to collect."
Oh, fantastic! I'm glad you guys made it back in one piece. First bounty is always the toughest, they say. Which one did you pick up again?
We picked up Grindwalt.
Grindwalt. That one was an odd one. But for sure, where is the proof that you have, please?
Yeah. Why do you call it odd?
It was just one that some people couldn't really get to. Grindwalt is notorious for being a very elusive. No one's been able to catch her, honestly.
No, he was definitely a pain in the ass.
I'm sorry, did you say he?
Yeah, Grindwalt.
Yeah, I noticed that you said she twice.
Grindwalt is a female. At least that was the original. The original request was for a female, as far as our original intel. Who did you bring back?
And I open up the bag and I pull out the head and it's like, this guy said he was Grindwalt.
Oh, okay. That was definitely one of. I don't know who this guy is, honestly. Congrats on killing somebody in Blackbird. I'm assuming this guy was in Blackbird, and he's kind of like picking up the head, and it has slightly decayed eyes, are kind of in that weird glossed, faded, bulgy kind of state overall, and dark, dripping, dried blood. But he's looking at this was you killed this guy on Blackbird though.
Yeah. Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Describe Grindwald for me, since you didn't draw a picture on this wanted poster.
So she is
Is she about yay
she
high, kind of attractive?
we have from our initial intel, yes, she was a blonde one. I think I th- I want to say that she did change her name at some point. Oh, Rembrandt. She was
Yeah,
half dwarf, is what she
half.
was. But that was the initial intel that we had in place on the flyer. Did this man specifically say he was Grindwalt? Is that why you just killed him?
Yep, he claimed he was Grindwalt. Well,
Okay.
I look over at Amon for a second. I didn't really talk to him that much that first time. And does this female sound familiar to you? And I'm thinking, I'm kind of indicating about the female he may have talked to in the tavern, like someone you may have talked to in the tavern or anything of that nature. Did he say that he was Grimwald?
I don't remember him saying anything. Tell you the truth, I think he said it like twice. He said it at least once that he was Grimwald. We kind of just ran with it.
Did he say he was Grimwald, or did he ask you, what did we want with Grimwald?
Could be either or.
Did you collect anything from this person that might identify who this actually is?
Yeah, his head.
Any items he had, and the head, I can't tell you who that is from the head.
No, we didn't get anything else. Just a head.
What if you
It's a.
picked up a hammer, a pickaxe
I
thing?
know that. I don't want to tell him.
Okay. Didn't know if you forgot, but okay. All right. Well, here's what I can do. You killed someone from Blackbird. Hopefully, there's no crimes on your head from that town. What I've used since it was your first bounty, I can give you 10 gold each instead of the 60 for bringing him back dead or her back dead, whatever the case. We'll say this one is closed for now until the real one pops their head back up again. But he provides you 10 gold each, stamps out your wanted posters, guys. Next time, let's do a little bit more recon and intel before we start chopping heads.
No, well,
No
yes,
promises.
but they also did kind of attack us, so it was kind of a if else thing.
Okay, all right. Give it the benefit of the doubt. I guess congrats on
What
your first
items?
bounty.
Yeah, thanks. What would give you a positive ID that was Grinwald if it wasn't a female's head? Because I don't want to go back to the town and start chopping every woman's head off.
Well, as far as trying to identify Grindwalt themselves, or are you talking about trying to identify who this might be?
No, I don't care about this guy. I'm talking about Grinwald.
So from the intel we did originally obtain, Grindwalt is a slightly taller than dwarf sized female, kind of like a honey blonde, almost light brown hair, deep green eyes. She
Looking at this wanted poster, like, where the hell was that information when I was? Are you sure it was on this poster? Because I don't remember that shit.
can you flip the poster on the back? Just flip it. And there's a brief summary because no one decided to actively look at the bounty poster the entire time we've had it.
See, there you go with that.
There is a minor description of who to look for based on the initial intel and job description.
See what I mean? There you go with that fuck shit.
So maybe that was my fault. I didn't properly. I know it's your first bounty. I figured it's a piece of paper. You check it out. My bad for assuming. But
that's fine.
Again, you got 10 gold for your first bounty. Yay!
I show it to Amon. I was like,
60.
I expect this from you, but this is embarrassing for me. Right. So I look at Amon. We have two choices. One, go back to the town where you just pissed off a bunch of guards and see if we can find Grindwald. Or two, since it's already kind of marked off, we can find out about this other guy who I think is a little bit more of an important situation right now. What do you think?
Let's go with rock, paper, scissors. That's
And
2 out of 3.
all right, 2 out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors. Winner, what? We go back to town. Like, what do you want to do?
Get to pick what we're doing next.
Go for it. Rock, paper, scissors. Let's go. Where's the communication? Who's saying
Yeah.
what here?
Okay, whatever.
Someone's
Is it
got
1, 2, 3, then throw?
Yeah,
Throw. So you're throwing it on the 4th?
yeah.
Okay, ready?
1, 2,
2, 3,
3, 4. I
So-
threw
was
up
that?
scissors. I threw up
Scissors?
scissors.
Okay.
So it's a tie. Okay.
1, 2, 3,
4.
shoot.
Paper
Damn it.
on both. God damn.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
You got a
Rock.
rock over scissors. We're going for 2 out of 3, or just straight whoever won.
Nah, he got it.
All right, and Jax is just look. Is this how you guys make all of your decisions?
It's either that or we roll dice.
Pretty much.
I guess to each their own. But have a good day if you don't need me no more.
But I do got a question for you.
Yes.
While we were in Blackstone, Blackburn, Black Hole, or what I called it,
Black Bert.
Black Hole.
Right.
Their church burned down, but it was a weird kind of flame.
Like an impossibly hot type of flame that seems to maybe burn stone.
Yes.
And you see him. He just starts. 1 second. Just rifling through papers.
And a black tentacle went up my arm and kind of went in there.
And amongst his rifling through paper, a black tentacle.
It was kind of like smoke, but it felt like water.
Well, that's new. So he kind of finally collects what he was looking for there. And let me just add. So a black tentacle.
Yes.
About how large was this tentacle?
Tendril. He means
Tendril. So okay,
Tendril.
about how large was this?
It was a small wisp of what seemingly smoke, but it actually acted like a entity. To be honest, it acted alive.
He's taking this on. Okay, entity. Awesome. So we've been getting a few requests over the last few months about, not even requests, but intel on an individual, some large fur-covered beast that's just destroying churches. Doesn't matter what pantheon it belongs to. Doesn't really matter what city it is. It's indiscriminate. It doesn't seem to really harm people so far, unless someone may have been stuck in one of the buildings that no one's known. But yeah, there's no rhyme or reason, no pattern that we've been able to find. But that tendril thing is new. No one's brought up anything about tendrils. And this happened while you were in Blackbird.
Yeah.
So you saw him. You saw him actively destroy the church in Blackbird.
No, witnesses gave us that.
Everybody was saying it was him.
Okay. All right. And they provide any description, any details on him at all?
Big, tatted up.
Big, tatted. And
Goliath-looking markings. But not necessarily a Goliath. And
so it was a humanoid. It's not a beast. Is it what you're saying?
Well, I mean, according to them, it walked on 2 legs.
Okay. And he's notating all this down. He's like, fantastic. All right. Well,
it was covered in fur, so I could see how someone might have mistaken it for a beast.
Okay, so it's wearing a fur. Oh, okay. Yeah. We don't have much intel on him aside from the fact that he is indiscriminately destroying churches with no seemingly pattern. But this information helps.
Do we have a church here?
There's a few. A few belong to the actual guilds themselves, and there's just some few minor ones. We have kind of a collective of different pantheons here in the city.
I look over at Amon. Hey, Amon.
Hmm?
They said that it was coming in this direction, and there's 4 churches here. What are the chances that he ends up here burning churches?
He fell asleep. He woke
Yeah,
up.
he did.
Repeat the question.
What are the chances that he might come here burning the churches here? The big guy.
I mean, the guard said that they seen him coming this way, so it's possible. But is I turned to the guy and I'm like, "Do you think we have enough people here that we can possibly stop somebody like that?"
Well, I mean, we have a whole city of very capable people, ranging from the headmasters of each guild down to even just the regular citizens have some form of skill. However, depending on what this actually is, I can only assume that we'd be able to confront it, contain it, or if need be, destroy it before that comes. Um,
Were the
I'm
other
at,
cities attacked small or large? Were they like towns?
we got a few from some of the larger towns that have really one dedication to a single pantheon where some may have been abolished. And then even some of the random abandoned churches in different areas of the continent have been kind of destroyed too. I will so it was leaving Blackbird as far as what the guard said it was headed this direction.
yeah.
All right, well, there are three possible areas it could hit. Obviously, us being as probably one of the largest, more prominent ones, but that is a lot of churches it's going to have to go through, and a lot of people that's going to have to walk through as well. There is the smaller town of Greensboro, about a day to the west, and a very small farming village just on that, about 3 hours in the outskirt, that have just a very small worshiping center that we sometimes do business with. So if it's coming from Blackbird, it can hit up one of those three locations.
So the small town's only 3 hours away.
The farming village is only a few hours away. It's right outside our town. We get some food and do dealings with them from time to time.
Mm, okay. Hey, Amon, do you want to
Yeah,
go and talk to our guild, or do you want to go check out this town?
let's go check out the town.
All right. Um.
But this time, can we rent some goddamn horses?
Well, we can afford them now, but we also probably need a couple of health potions and anything else that we need up. So,
So what you're
um,
saying is, I need to steal some things.
I'm saying we can probably buy some things. Yes, I know. It hurts. Let's go.
Don't let me have fun.
You know, I promise you, one of these days I'm gonna let you go all in.
You promise.
Yeah. Um, would we know from being in this town where the nearest potion shop slash something to go to and get some supplies?
So you know, there's a few different apothecaries. There's a few different general stores as well, depending on what area of the city you're in. The closest one to you is going to be the Black Cauldron Apothecary. You haven't been there yet, but it's on the same street that you're currently on. A lot of this street, being the main street to the Bounty Hall, has a lot of just general shops to really cater to adventurers. Because they're on the main road, you do know that they do have the higher prices because of that convenience of in and out.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
But if you want to, you can spend like a little bit of time walking through other parts of the city, see if you might be able to find some any additional shops or kind of just search around for anything if you're trying to look for like a better deal. It's up
all
to you.
right. Let me ask. What's his name again? The guy we were just speaking to,
Jax.
Jax. Hey, Jax. One more thing. Where can we find a good deal on potions? I mean, considering that if we shop right here, I'm pretty sure we're paying top dollar. But where would you go?
First thing I'll do is check with my guild house. Most of the guild houses themselves do have dealings with different shop owners, depending on the reputation. So you may get some better quality, may get some shittier quality, depending on how your guild works. There are some areas down in the Black Silk district. They have things that'll get you by, uh, but there might be some effects if you're trying to save a buck or two.
Oh boy. Yeah, that sounds horrible. Thanks. I want to step away for a second. Hey, Amon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think our guild might be able to just get us some supplies that we need? Just go in there, tell them, hey, success. Here's 10 gold, and get what we need. Not to mention this axe, this thing that you're carrying. I mean, you're carrying the axe, right? I had the head, you had the axe.
Yeah, I think he picked up the pickaxe. That's your, yeah.
I don't know where we can find more information about it. I mean, we could tell our guild about it, but what do you think?
I think we should just really keep it to ourselves for right now.
All right. Is there anything back at the guild you think that we can use?
No.
All right. So let's go pick up a potion or two just in case, because let's face it, us finding a nun in a small town, just in case we run into this guy, I think we're going to need it.
So you want to make your way over to the Black and Silk district to
Nope. I'm going to go right to the more expensive
the cauldron apothecary? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm going to the cheap one.
you're going to the cheap one? Okay. So we'll go and split up here. So Amon, your walk is about a 30-45 minute walk through some of the districts to get to where you're going. So we'll tackle Carib's and then we'll tackle yours. So Carib, you walk in and it's a very nice apothecary. There are beakers, there's cauldrons, there's all kinds of different herbs hanging from the ceiling. It's a very medicinal and fragrant scents as you're going in there. And there's all types of different potions lining shelves behind cabinets. And there's a man, human, short, grayish black hair, kind of stubble, light skin, and kind of more of the slender and a little bit, I'd say about like mid 50s, early 60s or so. And he sees coming, welcome. How can I help you?
I'd like to procure a couple of healing potions if you can.
Oh, of course, we have quite a few. You're looking for the basics, or you're looking for something to keep you up and going, looking for just a little extra pep in your step just in case.
Fine pep. Are you talking about maybe a little extra speed or agility, or what do you mean? And first, I need healing, but what do you mean by pep?
Well, what I mean is we also have a specialty blends of healing potions where if you need a little extra movement, it kind of gives you a little jolt of energy. If you're looking to harden yourself up a little bit, we have some of those mixed in as well, just depending on what you're really looking for.
Pep, huh? Well, what does something like that run, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, if you're looking for one of the Zoomers, which is a healing potion with extra movement there, you're looking about 2,500 gold. If you're looking for an kind of beefy up model, it's about 2,800 gold.
I'm sorry, 2,000?
Oh, these are specialty blends, of course. You don't
Okay,
just find
all right.
zoomies and boomers like that around anywhere. This is
That,
Black Cauldron original.
yeah. Huh. Huh.
It's good shit. It's
Yeah.
good shit. It'll keep you
Yeah,
alive.
no, yeah, it looks really good. But I'm actually shopping for a friend, so I was just wondering, what about your basic stuff? Something that'll just,
Yes.
keep you in the game.
We have basic healing potions that'll keep you in the game, as you say. Around 75 gold.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. All right, good. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be pretty good.
We have a
I
sale
think.
right now. It's buy one get one 50% off.
Well, yeah. That's nice. Do you have any guild discounts on top of that? Associations.
Of course, always happy to do business with actual guild members. Which guild are you with?
Forgot my guild.
Tefel Noctis.
Defale Noctis.
The fail. Table Noctis.
Table Noctis. I gotta find my notebook.
Ah, you work with soldering, huh?
Yeah, soldering. Absolutely.
For you, because I fucking hate that guy. It is now 80 gold per potion. I fucking hate that guy.
Hey, me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just joined the
Ah.
guy. It's I don't know him, so hey, how about we go back to the 75 and do you have credit? Can I make a payment on it?
For table, there is no store to credit here. But we
Right.
can go back to original price of 75 gold. However, oh, there is no more sale at this full price for each one, unfortunately.
Right. Well, that's okay. I'm just going to go and go get
Mhm.
some pieces, bro. Back. But
Okay.
thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Come back anytime. Remember,
Yeah.
Zoomers, Black Cauldron Original. Good shit.
Yeah.
Ah.
Good shit.
All
I'll
right.
look out.
So we'll jump over to Amon. Amon, you find yourself in one of the lower districts of Lament, which is kind of one of the earlier built districts. There's still some foot traffic, but not that many. There's really no guild presence in this area. There's some large buildings where the guild halls used to be, but of course, as the city expanded, each guild has taken on different sectors. So this is more just kind of like the oldish but not rough in town. Um, you kind of take a few minutes here and you don't find much, but you do find a general store, which is kind of run by this older, she's mid 70s or so, surly half elf woman, kind of frizzled black hair, and she even has like a few little chin hairs kind of sticking out, and she has a little cat that's perched on her. Ugh.
Shoulder
Nope, the
counter.
the counter. God damn, I couldn't think of the fucking word. Purse and sat on her counter. It's a little cat. And she kind of hears the door open. She goes, "Yes, how can I help you?"
Yeah, I'm looking for some healing potions.
What? You got to speak up. I bad ears.
Said I'm looking for some healing potions.
Healing potions. We have those. Are you looking for just something to keep you up? Are you looking for the good stuff?
Both.
Okay. Well, if you're looking to keep you up, that'll run you about 20 gold. If you're looking for just a standard potion, it's going to run you about 65 gold.
How about I give you 25 golds for both?
That's grossly underselling. No, I can give you two of the keep you ups for 25. Sure.
No.
Okay. Well, that's on you.
I give you 3 silvers for one. Keep me up.
I don't think you understand how business works.
Nah, I understand how business works.
Mm.
This is a negotiation. It ain't going my way right now, so I'm gonna just leave.
You should work on your negotiation skills, boy. But okay, you have
I
a
could
good
just
day.
steal it.
What you can certainly try.
Nah, you're not worth it.
Oh, get down to my shop.
Nah, I'm just gonna sit right here now.
Are you? I'm going to give you a warning. Get out of my shop, or there will be trouble. One, two,
What's after 2?
three. And darkness fills her entire shop. And from where the cat was, you see its glowing eyes, and they began to grow large. Not in the fact that they're opening, but the sheer size of them start off as little marbles and grow large. And the purring goes from a soft purr to an annoying kind of that cat noise to a large and heavy growl that's filling the area in front of you. I'll give you one more chance. Get
Okay,
out.
okay, 2 gold.
You insult me. Get out.
3 gold.
Okay, hold on. Take 16 damage as you feel claws just rip into you from the front of your body. And then I need you to do a strength saving throw as well, please.
Wolf.
12? Okay. So as you feel these claws ripping through you, you also feel the heavy head of what you can assume is this cat just straight bunch you in the chest, and it knocks you out of the door of the shop. And you see the lady kind of appear in the doorway. I told you not to insult me. And she closes the door, and you hear like a hefty as she locks it behind her.
Well, how dare you throw out a wanting to pay customer?
So what you can you're on your ass in the middle of the street right now with some deep wounds. What do you want to do?
Guard.
There ain't no guards in this part of the city.
Guard. All right. Who want to make some gold?
Are you talking about just shouting it to random people?
I'm talking out loud so everybody can hear me.
So the people that were on the street that watched you kind of get kicked out, they look at you, look at the shop you were kicked from, and go about their business. One guy though does kind of come out the alley. He's about 30s or so, kind of tucked underneath a cloak and goes, "Hey, hey, come here, psst, come here."
Nah, I'm all right from where I'm sitting at. Come to me.
No, you trying to buy stuff? Come here. I got what you need. I got what you need. That lady, she's a bitch. I got what you need. Come here.
I start crawling them.
What? The fuck? The fuck you doing? Come here.
It's gonna take more energy to walk.
Whatever. He's kind of keeping his voice low. You looking for health potions? Some potions? Something good?
It depends. If you got prices like her, no.
That old bat. Listen, she's mean. She's a former guild head. You don't want to mess with her. But she's also really shitty with the price. I got you. I'll give you 3 potions for 15 gold.
No.
That's the best deal you're gonna find. I don't know what else you want.
I just turn around and start crawling away.
All right. Well, if you need something, you know where I'm at. Right here. And he just slinks back into the alley where she came from.
And I'm gonna knock on the old lady's door and go, "Hey, that guy's stealing your potions and selling them for cheaper." And I keep moving.
There's no response from the door as you start. Are you crawling away again?
Yeah.
This is gonna be the greatest scene. All right, so you crawl away.
You just made the thumbnail.
Yeah, you did. Are you crawling back to where you left Carib before, or?
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, I was making my way towards his side of town because I was like, yeah, I need to go. I can't afford this part of town.
So it takes about, you're kind of walking about 20 minutes after you left the apothecary Carib, and you're looking and you're noticing that the buildings kind of go from, it's getting a little bit older, and you're in this part of town where, similar to describe, it's not really abandoned, it's not really dilapidated, it's just old, an older part of the town that's not used as much. And you see coming around the corner Amon crawling with visible blood coming from him that he did not have before.
I'm gonna walk right past him. I'm gonna walk as I'm walking past him on and be like, I'm just gonna just tap him on the head and then keep walking past him.
What the fuck?
So you don't even care that this old lady tried to kill me because I
Well,
ain't want to pay her
what-
high prices.
He's with
whatever
child.
whatever your story is, I'm pretty sure you earned it.
Crawl back to the guild so I can lay down.
All right. So after about 30 to 40 minutes of struggling through the streets, you make it back to the guild, and you get in your bed. I'm sorry, Carib. What did you want to do on the side of town?
I want to kind of. I'm looking at the dust trail from which he was crawling from, and I see the hand and knee prints, and I kind of look and I see the general area where he was, and I'm like, yeah, this looks like it.
And you hear from behind you, psst, hey, come here.
Yes.
You know, she's not in a good mood today. But you learn luck. If you're looking for any supplies, I can help you. You need some potions? Got 3 for 25 gold. Just for you today. One-time deal.
What kind of
You need some
potions?
weapons? We got a different variety. We got some that'll heal you, keep you fighting strong if you're about to go down. We got some that'll help you see when the dark. We even got something to make you go a little bit faster, puts extra pep in your step. If you need a new weapon, you need some ammo, some bolts, some arrows. I get it all for you. What are you looking for today?
Um, can I see a sample of your healing potions?
And he's like, he eyes you inquisitively, but he reaches in and he pulls out a small vial it's kind of like a duller red color. And he goes, "Yeah, you can see it, but you ain't getting it. But you get 3 of these for 25 gold.
All
If
right.
you're looking for health potions, if you're looking for, rifles through, he pulls out this like darker but still semi-dull, almost muddyish green color. He goes, this is the one that'll help you move, help you run. And he kind of fumbles through and he pulls out this other yellow one. He goes, this one is the one that's gonna help you see a little bit better. But again, all depends on you. What you looking for?
So I want to reach into my wallet and I pull out a small stack of gold and I say, "Here's the gold, but I've got to at least test your potion."
No deal.
Just
I don't give out free samples. What are you crazy? That's not how business works. This isn't a
hey,
tasting. This isn't a.
I
This.
understand, but you. First of all, can I do an insight check on this dude?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
I have no idea if he's lying to me or not. I rolled a 5. Um,
So you see, he's very. Whatever he's trying to push at you, he is behind this product for sure.
okay. Um, Potions they're not made out of nature or anything like that, right? And I
Well,
can't use any.
so potions themselves, they are generally brewed using different apothecary methods, herbs, and things like that. So they are brewed to get these potions.
Okay.
There are some that are like enchanted type potions, but it depends on where you're going.
Understood. So 3 for 25.
3 for 25 gold.
Here's 5 gold. Let me hold 1. I just want to check it to make sure your product is good. Then I'll buy the rest.
For 1, 9 gold. Right here, right now.
But if I give you the rest of the 25, you'll still give me the other 2.
Correct.
All right. I give him same time. Same time.
He holds his hand out and he has the vial in the other hand.
And I take the gold, 9 gold, and I put it in and we switch.
You guys exchange it.
Yep.
Okay.
So I want to run a nature check on, you know what I mean? Like I take a drop and, run a nature check and taste it to make sure that it actually is what it is.
Let's see. For that, go ahead and do a medicine check. Because it's going to be, it's a combination. It's things kind of put together in a certain way.
Okay. Yeah, I can't tell for shit with a medicine check.
So you go in and dip your finger in it, do the whole. It's okay. It's okay stuff. You get what you paid for. And so it seems okay from your standpoint. You're no expert in brewery or anything like that, but it seems like it would do the job that you need it for.
All right, so then I'll go ahead and give him the additional coin.
Pleasure doing business with you. He takes the rest of the coin and he gives you the other 2 vials. He goes, if you need me, always come back.
Oh, just so you know, if these don't work, I will be back. I would prefer to be back for more, to buy more. But if they don't work...
If I sold you because that didn't work, you wouldn't be able to turn because you'd be dead. How is that good business for me? It's not. However, there's also no refunds. And he slinks back into the alley.
That's fine. I had my 3 potions.
So with that, you have obtained 3 potions. We're gonna mark them as potions. You have 3 of them that you can go ahead and put into your inventory. We have left Amon in the street. Or no, I'm sorry. He made it. Well, he's back to the guild hall.
He's at the guild.
He's resting, tending to those wounds, and that is where we are going to end tonight's session. So, you guys enjoyed? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure to follow both of these guys on whatever platforms are on. We'll plug that in. And if you feel like donating and like our cause, there you go. If you like what we do and want to support the channel and some of our causes, we do have our donation links down below where you can pitch even if it's $1. But we appreciate you guys, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Peace.
Let's go.